What's up, Fan Cave? It is Wednesday, August 3rd. Appreciate you all joining us for this week's rundown. Joe will not be joining us, so Austin and I are throwing it back. Just the cool kids again, 2 weeks in a row. Who needs Joe? Got a couple of good things on the docket today. Obviously, 100 new users in the Fan Cave. We're pumped. I'm excited for all of our new users who may be joining us tonight. Or if you're hearing this on a recording, I'm excited to have all of the new faces in our server. But Austin, let's get after it. So tonight we'll have our Discord live auction, then the Blitz, and then share some news, and then we'll answer some questions. For tonight's live auction, we're throwing it back to a Christian Okoye. We got a signed Chiefs mini helmet. For those who are watching us on YouTube or on Twitch, you will be able to bid on the live auction item in our Discord server. Austin put a breakdown of how to bid, but we'll get after it. Austin, why don't we move on to the Blitz? So the Blitz. So we hinted at it last week. We're really excited for this new Blitz drop that we're doing this week. We'll break it down. So basically, what we're going to have is four different sets of mystery boxes. And each mystery box we will have a full-size replica helmet mystery box. We will have a mini helmet mystery box, and we'll have a signed logo mystery box. There'll be 2 of the mini helmets. So in the mystery box, you have the chance of getting an item from 1 of 5 players. A signed piece of memorabilia from 1 of 5 players. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Trevor Lawrence. So what you'll be able to do is purchase the mystery box container on the drop at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and then the user will be given a mystery box NFT. And with that NFT, you will have locked content. So only the owner of this mystery box NFT will be able to view the content that's in the item that's attached to this digital NFT. And users can either claim the physical item, just like how you can claim any physical item on the Metabilia site, or you can relist the mystery box NFT. And you can relist it for whatever you want. And the fun is there'll be mystery box items on the marketplace. So if you're feeling lucky on the marketplace, you might be able to snag up a good deal for a Mahomes item, or you might get a Trevor Lawrence. We're adding another element, another layer of what some cool things you can see on the marketplace. We know a lot of you gamblers out there from their DraftKings community like to take a risk. So we're excited to roll this out. Obviously, we want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, but we always want to continue to come up with new things for the Blitz and continue to push boundaries. Side note, shout out to T-Man with the first bid at $51. It's not a Discord live auction without a T-Man bid. But yeah, so for for tomorrow's Blitz, again, you will have a chance of winning a signed piece of memorabilia from 1 of 5 players. You will receive 1 item in that mystery box. It'll be either a signed item from Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Josh Allen, or Trevor Lawrence. Moving forward, why don't we touch on a couple of small things as we progress forward, and then we'll get into some questions. First, next week, we are going to be launching the Joe Musgrove Founders Class on the DraftKings platform. So obviously the Shaden Bieber was less hyped, if you will, than the success we saw with the Josh Allen drop. So what we're doing is we're really taking an interesting approach, kind of moving forward with this Joe Musgrove drop. we are only going to be releasing 7 Black Founders Class Joe Musgrove NFTs, 22 Platinum Founders Class member NFTs, and 44 Founders Class Green NFTs. So we're significantly slashing the amount. We're going to be making these the rarest of the rare. We think that, given the secondary trading on the Shane Bieber, we wanted to continue in line with kind of what we were doing there, as we saw success with that, especially as the market's a little low. It's summer. Obviously, the economy is still not great, but we thought this could be a new kind of test of seeing what can happen if it's super limited, right? And we want to really create that secondary value so that the people who are picking these up have the opportunity to really get value. And as well, it'll keep the event NFTs at a lower mint count. So we're excited to roll that out next Thursday on the DraftKings platform. So that's it with Joe Musgrove. Moving forward holistically, we obviously had pushed back Joe Musgrove and Jason Dominguez from our original drop points, which were supposed to be a couple weeks ago. Just given the lower performance of the Shane Bieber, we really wanted to take a step back to see, okay, what worked with Josh Allen, what worked on DraftKings, what worked with Josh Allen on Metabilia. Why were some people, in our Discord server talking about why they liked the Metabilia drops versus whatever? What did people like about the Josh Allen drop that didn't like about the Shane Bieber drop, or didn't like about the Vlad or Acuna drop? And we identified a couple of things. And I forgot who it was in the server, but they basically pointed out that the Josh Allen drop was a true event, right? We had the meet and greet around it. We had memorabilia. We had game used memorabilia. We had stuff on the Metabilia platform, on DraftKings. We had a lot of things going on that really gave, this full experience of what the Metabilia member NFT program can be. So we took a step back, right? Let's do this right. So what we're going to be doing moving forward is really unlocking what it means to be a fan of that athlete, right? We don't want to sit here and promise, access to the athlete, or that this athlete will show up at your birthday party or anything like that. But we want to create the ultimate fan experience for someone who's joining this member NFT program. So, and it's going to be unique to the athlete themselves. So what we're doing is we're working, closely with the agents, closely with the athletes to really find ways that we can leverage what the athlete has already built in their career, and obviously for the younger guys, what they're planning to build, and really leverage their brands to make these NFTs more unique to the athlete. So that really adds that collector value for those who are interested in collecting, but as well, that adds more utility pieces to the member NFT program that is unique to the athlete for those who might be interested in that. And as well, help the Metabilia NFT program and NFTs in general help get in front of more eyes by aligning with different brands that are associated with the athletes. That's the biggest thing that we want to help do, is spread the word. And I know we've gotten a lot of feedback that the marketplace on the Metabilia platform is a little dry. We need new users, and we definitely agree. It's August. People are out living life in the real world. So we're really excited for what the Metabilia program can and will be. And we've said this from the jump. We're always going to be testing boundaries. And we're really excited about what we're able to do there. So I can't disclose everything because we're still trying to line some things up. But as for Musgrove next week, you'll kind of see a start in that direction. And then as well for our future athletes. And speaking about future athletes, I want to get into our college football drop that's going to be happening most likely the last week of August. So for those who are new, we have a couple of college football athletes. We have Malachi Nelson, who is the #1 quarterback in the 2023 class. He just surpassed Arch Manning, which obviously I'm sure all of you know who Arch Manning is. Malachi will be the quarterback at USC next season. We have Quinn Ewers, who is the starting quarterback at University of Texas. And we have Anthony Richardson, who is the starting quarterback at UF. Although I'm an FSU fan, we're excited to work with Anthony. They got a lot of cool things going. But what we're really going to do, and I know Chase44 would like to hear this, is we're going to re-envision the creative on what the member NFT can be. We're testing some things out, but we're looking to, the passport we felt was a little limiting in telling the story of what the program is. We know that the member NFT program has a lot of things going on, and we know that it can be difficult to understand for someone who's just getting in. So we want the NFT itself, the creative, to really tell the story of what the member NFT encompasses, whether it's the unique individuality of the athlete, the behind the scenes, the story of how they got to where they are, the memorabilia that goes into it, the autographs that go into it, the things that make the athlete unique. So we're really excited, and our creative team is testing out some new things. So for these college football guys, you'll see that new variation of the member NFT. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that turned around quick enough for Joe Musgrove, but we're really excited about it. And as well, on the event NFTs moving forward, we've gotten clarity and agreed upon from DraftKings where we won't have to have the passport in all of the event NFTs. So I know we had gotten some feedback that they didn't like the passport in general. So in the event NFTs moving forward, we're just going to be really focusing on the content. What is the event? Adding in cool elements, and then as well, the focus is on the event. So on the event NFTs moving forward, for Musgrove, for the next Bieber, for a couple of athletes we have in the pipeline, you'll be seeing less of the passport itself in the creative. Happy to answer any questions about college football. We haven't locked in any dates. We haven't locked in any mint counts. We haven't locked in any prices yet. But just know we're working, with the college athletes, we get, a little more ability to get creative and to do different things than we do with the professional players. Obviously, they're a little less, stated as a professional, and they're still trying to build themselves. And we have a great relationship with all three of the teams for those three players. So we're really going to get creative and really test the boundaries of what we can do on the brand partnership side of unlocking that cool access. The college football experience is much different than any other experience. And I've been to Chiefs games. I've been to Bills games. There's nothing like going to a college football game on a rivalry, seeing the tailgates and things like that. So we're really going to try to tie in that feeling of what it is to be a diehard fan of that player or that team moving forward. And we're going to be working alongside the booster programs to help really create a cool opportunity for our college football athletes and all of the fans of that athlete. Happy to answer any questions about that. Real quick, I do want to touch on the Jolly Jokers promotion that we're doing. So if you haven't been in the fan cave today, we've gotten over 100 new users from our promotion with the Jolly Jokers, one of our community partners. We are going to be giving away a Josh Allen signed logo ball, and you can enter that in the Jolly Jokers Discord server. If you look in our announcements, Austin posted that earlier today. And as well, the Jolly Jokers are going to be giving us 1 Jolly Joker NFT and 50 Jolly Joker whitelist spots for the Metabilia fan cave users to take advantage of. We will be giving those away. So make sure to react to the message in the giveaways channel to be entered for that. And just so you guys know, once the drop occurs, we are going to be creating the Jolly Jokers Metabilia Community Council. So for those who aren't familiar with Jolly Jokers, I won't get into the full spiel, but there will be a purse based on sorry, let me retract my steps. When you go into the Jolly Jokers Discord server, make sure to select Metabilia as repping us in their server, just the same way you rep your squad in our fan cave. That allows us to get credit when you purchase an NFT. And I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but every purchase made on behalf of Metabilia will a percentage of the initial price, and I believe the secondary price, right, a smaller percentage, will go to the Metabilia purse for us to be able to do whatever we want with. And so what we're going to be doing is launching the Jolly Jokers Metabilia Customer Council so that we can have a group of our biggest fan cave supporters, and as well someone who's supporting our partners, help us figure out what and speak on behalf of the community on what some cool things we can do. So we're really excited about that. Make sure to go enter that sweepstakes. It's a Josh Allen signed ball, and you could possibly win a Jolly Joker NFT or get one of the white spots. And if you know anything about the OTM guys, the Owners Club guys, they know NFTs and they know, what's a good product, especially in the sports space. So we're really excited about this partnership with them and their NFT program as a whole. Nevertheless, let's get into some questions from Big Hank. Oh, sorry, real quick. The Jan DM Hines with the high bid on the Christian Okoye mini helmet at $56. Big Hank 55. Now that it's August, we're about 2 months away from the first birthday of the original Founders Class memberships. Should we still expect to see 6 events for each athletes by their 1 year anniversaries? 1 year anniversaries. Geez. So we had touched on this on a previous AMA, and I think it was Joe that mentioned it. Given the DraftKings partnership and launch, that threw a wrench on our plans in that we technically were not supposed to be releasing NFTs from the time that we entered negotiations, if you will, to the point where we were supposed to drop Vlad and Acuna. We threw a couple little bones to get a couple more event NFTs in there right before. But technically, this one we are going to be waiting it'll be the full calendar year from the DraftKings drop. I know that is different with Mikey Williams. We're going to have him on the same timeline as the college football athletes, so just everything's clean. We do have a couple of Mikey Williams event NFTs on the way, but we have been advised by Team Mikey that they would rather be on the same timeline as the college football athletes. So if you have any questions about that, obviously we're more than happy to answer those, and that's an important part of our program. So we want to be as forthcoming and honest about that. But for Founders Class and Series 1, for Acuna, Vlad, Tatis, and Bieber, they will go on the calendar from the 1 year mark from the DraftKings drop. And that's something that's unfortunately above me, but that's the timeline that we're going to be participating on. And obviously, Mikey, there's going to be a couple extra ones before that 6. There was an idea from Buddy in Blue. It was a good idea, so let me read it out loud. All Vlad Black holders, Series 1 or founders, get to play at a private DraftKings contest. Winner gets a signed jersey, bat, ball, NFT, or something else. Could potentially do this for every color and every athlete Series 1 founders pass, and don't need DraftKings permission. Anybody can set up a private contest. So fantastic idea, and I love where your head's at. It's something similar to what we pitch DraftKings. Unfortunately, we operate on a different kind of wavelength than most kind of just standard users in that we are a partner. Everything we do is monitored by DraftKings, and they have my personal account, they have all of our personal accounts, as well as we don't want to be a bad partner, so we're forthcoming in everything that we do. It is something that we have spoken about with them. There's just a little bit of holdup on what the prize would be, because there's just another gambling element to do this and earn this and win this. So we're treading lightly, and this is obviously relatively new for DraftKings to have the NFT tie-in. So it is something. It's an idea, and Buddy in Blue kind of expanded on it better than we had even been thinking. It is something interesting that we would definitely like to consider. It's just something that there's a lot of red tape that we just have to wait to get through with DraftKings. Setting up sweepstakes in particular, or anything with a prize, is very you got to go through legal, you got to go through all things. Unfortunately, if it was up to us, we would turn it around tomorrow. But as Austin knows, when we're trying to set up some partnership stuff with the DraftKings Marketplace Discord server and all that, there's a lot of hoops that have to be jumped through for any kind of prize or things like that. So definitely a great idea, and I'm gonna bring it back to the team, because I do think it's better than the idea someone on our team had. So we'll let you know on that. From Evan B, do you have pricing for the Musgrove drop? I know Evan B is a diehard Padres fan, so we were thinking somewhere in the lines of the AAV of the 5-year $100 million deal that Musgrove just signed. No, I'm kidding. For the Musgrove, for the blacks, we're going to be looking at $600 at a mint of 7. For the Musgrove platinums, it'll be $100 for the mint of 22. And for the Musgrove greens, it is going to be $50 for the mint of 44. So we're slashing mint, we're slashing price. We really want to create scarcity, and we think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Joe Musgrove's red hot. fresh off of an all-star appearance, fresh off of a first half Cy Young appearance, and a new contract. So he's hot, and we're gonna keep that flow going into his drop. From Big Hank, is anything like what's being planned for Musgrove going to be implemented for the existing athletes or just the guys moving forward? Excellent question. Yes, this is something. It's not only just for the drop, where this is something we're going to try to be doing for the entirety of the athlete's career. Our eyes were really opened after seeing the lackluster in the Bieber to really analyze what went well. And it's been a passion point of mine that I've been kind of working on with the team. That, how can we really unlock the ultimate fan experience? How can we give access, to that fan experience? And how, as a memorabilia company who has their fans or has their toes in all these different things, how we can use our resources available and our partnerships and leverage our partnerships in order to really create that experience for our holders. So we're obviously in the immediate term rolling it out with Musgrove, and then that'll be for the college football athletes as well. I would expect a lot more with the college football athletes because it'll be on our platform, the Metabilia platform versus DraftKings. So there'd be kind of less hoops that we have to jump through. But we're really going to use that opportunity to show what we can do. And obviously the college football players are on a different tier than the Vlads and the Akunas of the world. So we're going to show, we're going to have proof of concept of what works, what doesn't work, and be able to implement that with Acuna and Vlad. Question from Gig: will the college players be rolled out in any particular order? What do you anticipate the mint counts or pricing to look like relative to pro athletes? So we don't have any order locked in yet. We're still figuring out dates. I actually spoke to all of the agents and all of the marketing partners for the college football guys today. We're going to be moving forward. It's really going to come down to the promotional schedule and the athletes. That is the week before the technical start of college football. And obviously guys like Quinn Ewers, guys like Anthony Richardson, this is the first year that they'll be QB1. And to be a QB1 at a blue chip school like that, I'm sure it's pretty hectic in the weeks leading up. So we're going to accommodate their schedules and what we can get out from the marketing side. But we're going to be excited to roll that out. And as well, we're going to be able to kind of push forward in a lot of things that, in terms of growing the community. All of our athletes still have AMAs and Discord appearances that is under schedule. We took a look at we took a look in the mirror and we understood that prices may be a little bit lower and less activity. Again, it is August, so we made the executive decision. Let's not blow out all of these assets and all of these things that the athletes want to do with the community now when the activity might not be there. Let's wait till people are back in the swing of things. Sports are kids are back in school. People are at their work days. It might be cold out, so people are staying inside more. So there'll be a lot of cool things that'll be rolling out. As the football season approaches and as we get closer to September. Hopefully I answered your question, Gig. But obviously we'll relay information probably on next week's AMA or the week after of more details on them. And as well, it really comes down to some things that we're working on with the Booster Foundation for all of those schools. So Austin sending over a couple of points that we wanted to address. Troubles pointed out or made a comment about how he doesn't like the mystery box. And I definitely understand. And something that is important to us is we're going to make sure that from the mystery, from the primary issuance perspective, you will be getting an item that is above value of what you paid. Obviously, there's a large range of a Trevor Lawrence autograph and a Patrick Mahomes autograph. So, I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but I do know that if you buy a mystery box on the primary issuance, you will be getting a good deal on the lowest item, which would be, the Trevor Lawrence signed autograph in this circumstance. And as well, you have the opportunity at a Patrick Mahomes. So the prices, we're pricing it accordingly so that it's a quote unquote win. And while we can't speak for anything that happens on the secondary marketplace, it's a free market. Our goal is to get you guys memorabilia at cool deals and in fun ways. So We thought this would be a cool way for some people to really take home some cool items. If you're able to, on the drop, to get something, a Mahomes, like a golden egg out of something like that, Mahomes, Josh Allen are the two most expensive autographs in the NFL behind Tom Brady. So there are some good deals in there. So to address Trouble's last point, so all mystery items outcomes will be quote unquote favorable. It just obviously varies on the level of favorability. Troubles also mentioned about a league of fantasy footballers where they do a small person contest. Don't tell you why we couldn't create the same, even if the methodology for how the money pool was funded or the player name creating it was a non-Metabilia officially sponsored. That's a good point. I mean, this one is unfortunately above me. I don't have the details, but I'd be happy to look into it more. At the end of the day, we want to be a good partner. We don't want to upset them by trying to skeet around things. We've learned in due time, if we go about it the right way, we can make things happen, but we have a lot of stuff on the plate for the DraftKings team to help us improve upon and improve our product for things we want to implement. So we're going to go about it the right way. Any female athletes ever? Yeah. So, I mean, for those who don't know, our company Metabilia, originally was founded by a female, Nicole Johnson. She's a lot of behind the scenes, and she interfaces more with our team partners and things like that. Joe is obviously the front facing and the business guy. But female sports is a large passion of ours, and especially it's becoming a big thing in sports today. It is things that we have looked into. To date, we wanted to start out with the very best in sports and the kind of the biggest names. And no disrespect to anyone, obviously we wanted to come out with the Tatises, who by the way took live BP today. So hopefully we can launch his member NFT soon. The Josh Allen to really set proof of concept in order to really build that foundation of our core users and core buyers, to be able to leverage that core user base and core buyer base to help a female athlete or a female sport who might not be getting the visibility that they might have. If we can leverage the Josh Allen fans, the Tatis fans, the Acuna fans, a couple other guys that we have in our pipeline to help build our community, we can help share that community by getting them in front of new users or new kind of female athletes. So it is something that we have had kind of side conversations about, but it's something you can expect, in the future. I don't have a date or a time, but that is something we have looked at. No more questions, but congratulations to Jan DM Hines for winning the Christian Okoye mini helmet for $56. If you open up a ticket in the Metabilia fan cave, Austin will get that item shipped out to you tomorrow. So just send over your information and we'll be good to go. Make sure you're signed up for the Metabilia platform. If there are no more questions, I'll happy to wrap it up, but appreciate you all for joining us. I feel like got a lot of addressed, even without Joe here. Austin, we can hold our own, but appreciate everyone joining. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the fan cave. I may be cooking some dinner, but I'll be around to answer any questions, but appreciate you all for joining, and see you in the fan cave.